Welcome to tonight's episode of
Mythic Wyrd.
Mythic Wyrd. Yep. So, last we left off, Fate Chosen spent 3 days sailing. It was relatively smooth sailing with fair weather as you guys traversed across the Sea of Claws and out into open waters. You guys spotted a few ships along the way, nothing like the Ark. You did spot a large warship of the Empire, however, and a few other kind of smaller merchant ships on your way. All is well until on the eve of the third day, Drea, you spotted the Witch King's serpent in pursuit of you guys on the dark horizon. You guys all got together, and with the wind changing and a storm brewing, it was clear that the fight was unescapable. As you guys all gathered inside of Captain Maverick's quarters, you guys came up or discussed a lot of things and came up with a few plans, while Captain Maverick ordered her men to reinforce the ship and line her with anything they could afford to lose. As this work was done, slowly and slowly the Ark drew closer to you guys until eventually it was within cannon shot. And as you guys stared down the enemy from across the rough waters, Drea, Galleon and Bjorn, you guys tumbled into the water and Drea transformed into a giant octopus.
Yes, she did.
With a sea assault team.
Yes. So Fire Team A was on attack and Fire Team B was on defense, which was Kyla, Harukai and Dario. You guys stayed aboard to repel the boarders, quench any fires, and make sure that the ship survived long enough to get away. Crazy battle followed, and eventually, working together, Kyla, Harukai and Dario, you guys fought off the intruders, doing everything you guys could to hold off the swarm, while the rest of you guys attacked the Ark in spectacular fashion, killing hundreds of slaves, breaking oars, but at the end you guys did manage to cripple the Ark. As you guys returned to ship, there was a giant flying hydra unleashed upon the blue horizon, which you guys all fought as a team and managed to cut off all of its heads before it had a chance to multiply and regrow any.
Messed it up.
You did mess it up. And finally, the Dark Elf witch, who was calling blood for those who can understand elf, you came upon the blue horizon and you guys fought her and captured her, was what you guys decided?
Yes.
As she tried to seek vengeance for her fallen husband and daughter. Did I miss anything?
I think that was pretty much it.
No, I think that was it.
Done well, sir.
So where are we now? We're literally picking up from that spot?
No.
Cool.
What the hell?
Rolling characters.
What do you allude to?
Damn it.
You want some honors? Alright.
We get on the island, we see a barrel, there's a cook.
Yeah.
Inside joke, how much you want to get it? Jokes. Alright. So, welcome to session 49. One session away from
Dang,
our
girl.
50th session.
Yoo-hoo.
And I think this is episode 23 that we've uploaded to YouTube, or 24, episode 23 or 24.
This will be 25.
25. Like, comment, subscribe, keep spreading the Mythic Wyrd.
And bear with us, we're working on improvements.
Alright. So, with the arc falling behind, there was no cries of joy or cheers or anything like that. Only the groaning of the dying around on the blue horizon. Both crew members and boarders alike lay sprawled across the deck. Blood, effluent, and vomit coated the once polished deck of the blue horizon, with the heaped body of the Hydra in the middle of the deck still twitching. Somebody groaning loudly from underneath it, his body crushed underneath the weight of the fallen beast. You guys look around as dawn breaks, and you guys realise that you've been fighting through the majority of the night.
What the shit?
A battle that seemed to take
Less than a minute, according to rounds.
less than a minute, technically. Story-wise, lasted throughout the night, and you guys feel it in your bones as you guys begin to relax and feel the fatigue aching in your body. Captain Naverick slowly limps towards you guys, a deep gash across her right thigh. Blood and small cuts all over her body. Her hat missing, her hair in a mess. She weakly pulls off a dead body off one of the crates. As he falls limply to the ground, she takes his place, sitting on the crate as she winces, looking around at her crew, which is at least 50% of these slain.
Yeah.
She eventually looks up at the mismatched party standing at the end of the ship, all together with the Dark Elf prisoner behind between them. And she forces a weak smile up at you guys. Not bad for a band of misfits, she says weakly.
I guess we're not far from her. Just so I understand the situation, sorry. So is the elf witch, did you say? Dark elf witch? Is she conscious? Is she tied up? Are we like throttling her?
She dropped to 0 HP, so she would be unconscious, but you guys did not kill her.
Okay.
You know, the final blow was with the back of the heel or a punch or something to knock her down.
Are you alright?
She nods before her gaze drifts over to the slain again, and you can see her. She pauses 5 seconds on one person before moving to the next, trying to, underneath the blood that's staining their face, trying to discern who's fallen, who's wounded, and who's missing.
The Pirate King will have many players at his table tonight.
And may they roll well.
Galleon's just going to busy himself tying up the elf witch. So I'm just going to find some rope and just bind her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about this. I knew it was going to be bad, but it's always a lot worse when it actually happens.
There's nothing to apologise for. We understood the terms, and these men freely made the decision to come on this voyage. But I appreciate your sympathy.
How far did you say we were?
As you say that, you just hear Mr. Gibbs, who is on the bow of the ship. Land ahoy! As in the silence, everyone turns to look at where he's pointing. And
Oh, we're still 6 days away.
no,
No,
It was
it's
a day
it's
and a
day and a half.
day and a half.
Ah.
Somewhere in the night during the battle, the winds, the storm, where it was once against you, turned in your favour, driving you further and further closer to the island. And now, in the dim light of dawn, covered in fog, you can see rocky spires reaching out to the clouds. Still a distance away, you'd estimate, probably about 6 hours before you actually got close enough. But the Galleon's graveyard isn't. Around the island, you can see mounds of what looks like to be large rocks surrounding the island until you realise they're actually ships that have run aground. And there's not 1, 2, or 3. There's hundreds of them. Some submerged in the water, others made it right up to the reef. But it is truly a Galleon's graveyard.
Well, I guess it's not all bad tonight.
That's not what I call a good sign.
It's never really good news or bad news, is there anymore? It's just news.
It's one way to look at it. I gotta walk up to Maverick. She's sitting down. I'm just gonna sort of bend a little bit and just see if she's okay. So I'll take off my mask and just sort of silently just check on her.
She meets your eyes and raises an eyebrow. She's like, I'm no damsel, Lord Wolfen.
Yeah, I just laugh. I'm like, no, you are not. And I walk past, and so I just give her a bit of a slap on her side, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Friendly. And then I'm gonna walk up to the Hydra body. And is someone still stuck under it?
Someone is stuck underneath it.
Like any chance I could help that guy out?
There's already a group of sailors there trying to help him out, and along with your help, they're struggling to lift it. But with your help, you can either drag him out or help them lift it, and you guys will be able to manage to get him out. However, you can see that from his abdomen down, his body has been crushed, and pulling him out, you can see his body, and he's telling you that he can't feel his legs, he can't feel his toes, he can't feel anything, and you can see half of his body is just dead.
Oh, jeez.
Do we have a medic upon this ship? I say to one of the crewmen.
Kyla's already looking around to see how many people has been injured and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think I can do something.
Something's better than nothing, Kyla.
If we gather people around the most injured, I think I can help at least 12.
All right. You heard the blue boy. Let's get him moving. And we'll try and maybe put him into the center of the boat.
Yep.
The center of the ship.
Alright.
Yeah,
So do you guys all help out?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guide some people at the center as well, and
Awesome. So you guys, like I said, it looks like it's about 50% casualty rate at the moment. But there is plenty of crew who are dying or badly injured that could definitely use help, and they're the ones that, looking over this operation, Chen kind of gets them in first. The man whose body is crushed, after the surgeon looks at him, he turns over to you guys and shakes his head, letting you know that he's beyond saving.
We gotta at least try.
If you can do something, then do it.
So the guy that was crushed, is he? Have we gathered people in the center?
Yeah, Chen's got you 12 other people.
Yeah.
But if you did want to try on him, then you're more than welcome to.
So I am going to use both the staff of healing, and I'm going to use both. Use it twice. First roll will do the 5 charges, and the next roll could break it. Yeah.
So you're just doing the crew, or any of you guys getting in?
And I would like to do the most 12 injured. Yeah, just the most injured 12 people.
Yep.
If that's one of us, then it's one of us. But yeah, Joey, you're looking pretty hurt as well, aren't you?
Yeah, Dre doesn't seem to notice it. She's kind of at the edge of the ship and she's just placing flowers in the water, whispering under her breath. So.
I have a few potions of greater healing.
Me too. I've got.
Would that be any help? Said the surgeon.
Dr. Hannibal looks at you. The sleeves of his shirt pulled up. Instead of a sword, he's got a hacksaw in his arm and in his hand, and in his other hand he holds like a bundle of bloody rags. And he's like, "Magic's better than cutting off the men's limbs."
But I only have 2. Could you use them sparingly?
The most desperate.
I'll give them to you.
I've got some as well.
I don't know if you could like just have giving the whole potion to one person, like give part of the potion plus traditional healing, like stitching and stuff, maybe to, I don't know, depending on his professional opinion.
Yeah. Alright, he swaps out a few of the crew members in your circle for some other ones that he thinks he can handle, with the potions along with his expertise, and steps back.
Everybody, just bear with me for a moment. And then Kara's gonna do two things.
I'll stand behind Kyla and I'll put my hand on his shoulder. I'll be like, "You got this, bud." Just a bit of support. I don't know if I can actually help him with a roll or anything, but
3d8.
But you can't wear
Oh, sorry, they're d8s. Oops. Which one's a d8?
How many do you need?
what are the rest of you guys doing?
3d8s.
Bardic inspiration as well, I don't know if that makes a difference.
So I'll roll one twice.
I'm going to go up to Maverick with the witch bound. I'm sort of
Yeah.
hog-tied and carrying
Give
her
you
by
a
the
bardic
rope in
inspiration.
between.
Oh, Bardic.
What do you
Did you need a roll to pull it off?
No, it just
She's
happens.
like
I
examining her
don't think
thumb
I
and
can
just
use
looks up shocked, and she's
this
like,
for healing.
Okay.
Although, for the charge that it could break,
"I don't matter."
could I use that?
I don't know how
Over
it
the
works.
edge then.
Lighting the ship, but perhaps you should speak to your friends first.
Well, what were you doing?
He's about to
Oh,
throw the witch over the edge.
Oh my god.
Like, do we all see this?
It depends on the rest of you guys
I'm
are doing.
distracted with Kyla.
I was going to go check up on Drea. Are you in here?
So,
I don't know. I'm just looking over the edge. Like I don't think I would see him.
After helping them out, I would have been making my way over the Mechazerxes, which would have been on the other side of the ship, so I probably would have seen this.
Yeah.
I see Drea throwing things over the ship and I think, that's probably the best place to do it.
Whoa, calm down. It's been enough death tonight, don't you think?
I'm calm.
I know. But why do you want to throw it off the edge then?
Maverick doesn't want to.
You just want to throw something, don't you? Look, I've got just the thing. Gonna give you 3 magic stones. Just
I'm
pelt
gonna
it.
head you, witch.
Thanks. Have fun.
Right. I walk past you, clap you on the shoulder, and I go to where you're throwing flowers over.
I'm just holding the rope. I
Um,
look at Maverick.
under your breath, you just hear Drea like obsessively
She's all
saying,
yours, dwarf.
"It's their fate.
Oh,
It's their fate. It's their fate," and she's just throwing flowers.
What are you doing, Carl?
So the first wave is 17 to heal
Yep.
for 6 people.
Yep.
And then the second will be 15, 20,
20 to heal, 6 people.
17 for 6 people, and 20 for another 6 people.
Yeah.
And then because that was 10 charges, to see if it breaks.
Don't break it.
Don't break it.
I'm going to use Tide of
Galleon.
Chaos on this one.
Don't break it.
I don't know if I... Have I used Tide of Chaos? Can we check on that spreadsheet? Because my thing says
Yeah.
it hasn't, but I don't know if I was marking it properly.
It says available on the spreadsheet.
Alright, I'm going to use Tide of Chaos.
Good call.
So, 6, and I would just use the 6, but 6 and 11. So
Cool.
What does the break on?
a 1. It just disappears forever.
Wow.
So the 12 sailors in the middle, you can see, begin standing straighter as they check their arms and their bodies for the cuts that now have healed up.
Thanks.
All but the worst wound on them is pretty much healed as they turn around and start praising you, and start checking each other down to make sure which wounds have healed and which of the worst ones are still there that still need care. But they all kind of clap you on the shoulder as they walk past you, and then immediately go to continue helping the surgeon and the rest of the guys that are dead. Or
The guy that was crushed, was he taken care of as well, or has...
no, he is currently with the surgeon who's giving him another potion that seems to ease pain.
Okay.
And he's just trying to make his passing as easy as possible.
Hold on. I just clap you on the back. I'm like, do you mind looking in on the skinks as well while you're at it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's, I can go check on him.
Cool. And I'm gonna go from there to the Hydra. And I'm gonna climb it and jump into its neck. No, I'm just gonna start investigating it. Or from the monster hunter part, and you're looking for parts that could be of use, whether it's scale, claw, blood, just general. Sort of
Make an intelligence check with add your proficiency.
Okay, so investigation or anything like that, or you?
Yeah, investigation.
Okay.
And add your proficiency.
Okay, so I already am proficient in investigation, so you're saying add up on top of that?
Yep.
Okay. It's not like a fey, fiend, undead, nothing like that. Okay,
I think it just comes on at least.
that's a natural 20. And that would be, with double proficiency, that's a 30.
Oh.
Yeah, proficiency is plus 10.
No,
It's
well,
plus-
7, but you said add my proficiency again, right? So double proficiency,
Oh yeah.
makes it a
gotcha.
10.
Okay, so having a look at it, you harvest the
That's a good roll.
Yeah.
the 2 main fangs of each Hydra. So you have 10 Hydra fangs, and you harvest 3 good talons.
Okay. Do they have any properties?
I'll tell you what you can do with them after.
So 10 Hydra fangs. And how many talons, sorry?
3 talons.
3 talons. Blood didn't do anything for me. Eyeballs. Scales.
The scales are quite large, so I mean you can if you want, but they're one is going to be heavy, and then if you want heaps, it's
If
gonna
there's no use, if I've got no use for it, then I'm not taking it.
yeah, and the blood you wouldn't have any use for it either. But you do notice on one of the Hydras, the head in the middle, one eye is multicolored, and you can harvest that.
And what's that called?
Hydra eye bracket, multicolored bracket.
I'll think of a name later, bracket.
Alright. So for me, reaching Drea, as I get close, I'm going to say to her, you know, where they're going, I think dice will be more of use for them.
It was their fate.
Whose fate?
The slaves. It was their fate. There was nothing we could do.
I'm sure it was preordained for you to turn into a huge octopus and burn them alive.
Maybe I'll drown you next time.
Dali says it seriously, looking out the water. He's agreeing with you. If that's what fate has chosen.
Keep going. It's just fate is hard to accept sometimes when you understand what it is like to be enslaved. It was their fate. That's what it was. And she
And you
hands you.
understand this?
I try to, otherwise it's much harder to deal with emotions. She hands you a flower to throw.
I study it for a while and then throw it into the water.
May the mother accept them.
Whose mother?
Mother Earth, Mother Nature, the one we were created by. Right.
Lunch?
Yeah, lunch.
Breakfast? Dawn?
Food.
Did you check your watching game?
Wow.
Sally just carries around a sun compass with him on his head.
So, as Maverick's crew begin cleaning up the deck, throwing the slaves overboard, and the crew putting them aside to be properly buried, the Hydra is, once Bjorn is done with it, hacked down into smaller bits that they can throw over the edge. And once that's disposed of,
Wait, is it edible?
You're not playing apples anymore.
I have to ask for apples.
and
thought
while
it was
this is
made of
all
fish.
happening, the Galleon's graveyard is getting closer and closer. And the closer it gets, the larger it grows. And you just begin to understand the span of the island and how dangerous it actually is. Even now, at this distance, there's a few ships in the water that are just sticking out of the water as the tide is still coming in.
Is the fog natural?
It seems to be natural. Yes. Is there anything you guys want to do in this time?
I'm actually going to walk up to Drea and put my hand on her shoulder and cast Cure Wounds.
Thank you.
So, and as I say that, I'm going to ask how you're holding up. I'm going to cast it at a second level.
I'm fine. It's fine. It's fate. It's fate.
So you get 16 HP.
Thank
You know that I brought you a great healing potion.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Here's a how much?
16.
16.
And then
I
I give you...
Damn, I never have to buy anything.
I'll give you... Oh, they're all the same. I'll give you that one. I'll say
Thanks, guys.
if you need anything else, just drink that.
She pops it open and chugs it without looking at it. 44.
After the Hydra's done, I'm going to go around to the Dark Elf bodies as well and just see if I can what they've got on them, especially considering the obsidian amulets that are on the side.
Awesome. So the Dark Elves that are on there, except the witch, you don't find any obsidian orbs on them. You do find what their weapons, which are the same weapons as the other one, just a normal scimitar, the hand crossbows, and if you're searching all of them, you find a total of...
Oh, you drop a HP.
You find a total of 63 gold pieces.
Bloodied.
Cool.
Good. Alright.
Do you want to give it to me?
I've got
Yes.
So we can save it.
And Kyle's he's making his way up to the skinks.
Does friend have food?
No, I just wanted to check up on these guys.
What is the checkup?
To see if you're alive. To check up on your well-being.
The skinks look at each other, and Skink Man pats himself down, and the rest of the skinks follow suit, and there's like, we are alive.
Well, and that's what a checkup is.
He reaches out to your face while you hang off the rigging and just starts touching you. You are alive.
Yeah.
Skink Man checks arms.
Good job, Skink Man. See, we're fortunate, at least. I know you've looked down there. A lot of people couldn't make it tonight. Or didn't make it.
Yes. They will be under the warm sun.
Yeah, there will be. Well, that's good. I'll see if I can get you some food later.
Yes.
But I should check up on and everyone else too.
Yes.
As I make my way back down.
Awesome.
When Harakai's got the ropes, he's going to head over to Bjorn. What do I do with this? And you see he's like puffed out because he's been dragging this body. What do I do with this?
Oh, she's hog tied, so you're dragging her on her face.
I'm trying my best not to.
Do you have any ideas?
I don't know. I haven't done this before.
Suppose we put her somewhere where she can't be a danger to anyone else or herself, and we wait for her to wake up and see if she could be of any use.
Okay. Could you do that?
Yeah, sure, hold this, and I'll just give you 10 talents. And a whole bunch of stuff that I've just collected, just a pile of shit. I'll just give it to you. And then I go grab the witch, and I check her pulse first, check.
She is still alive. Hair matted to her face, but she's alive.
What does she look like?
She's pale skinned, dark, jet black hair. Pretty much naked except for the bronze bra that she's wearing and the deep purple loincloth that she's wearing as well.
Okay.
There is jewelry on her finger.
Yep.
In her ears, there's like what those earrings called that like come down her whole ear.
Mm-hmm.
And her face is tattooed.
Okay. Just a quick run around of her jewelry. Do I recognize any from the color?
The one that stands out is the one on
Her ring,
her ring, yeah.
which is the same as the other ring,
Yeah, which is on her
Which
wedding
was-
finger, but a serpent,
biting itself. or
that's
something?
biting itself, but this one is, the only difference is it's a serpent that is. So there's a gem, and the serpent. So the tail connects one end, and then the mouth is biting into the gem on the other side. And as you look into the gem, you can see its fangs are actually inside the gem.
That's cool.
Alright. Pick it up, put it over my shoulder, and I guess I'll take a beneath the deck somewhere. I'll catch eyes with Maverick just in case she has like. Well, I suppose they'd have like a cell or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I take it up.
Easy. So taking her downstairs.
Yep.
You
Don't lose any of
find
that stuff.
somewhere
So,
to
yeah.
lock her up.
Yep.
And you throw her in the room and bolt the door from the outside.
Yeah. No, I'll go in there and I'll tie her up properly. And then I'm gonna do a closer inspection of the jewelry and the tattoos and everything. Just a bit out of curiosity, but just trying to figure out like, is she important?
Make a insight or a investigation check, your choice.
That is gonna be investigation. Want to give me double proficiency again?
No. Roll with disadvantage.
24.
Okay, so she looks important. She doesn't look like the captain of the ship, but there is a sense of authority around her. If not the captain, probably underneath the captain's hand or something. The tattoos are purely traditional. The jewelry is all traditional as well, except for that ring, which you... From the other ones, you didn't sense this, but you do get the pulsing sense of magic from it. And you can tell the gem is... It's a green gem, like an emerald gem. And in the middle at the moment is a red liquid like blood that's flowing inside of the gem. But slowly, as it flows, it slowly almost evaporates in there.
Okay, so thinking of the traditional sense, if someone was to cast a spell, they would have to either move their lips, move their hands, whatever, right? But there is some magic that can be cast without that sort of stuff. So because of that, I'm going to remove the ring just in case, or at least attempt to.
You go to pull it off her finger, and there's a resistance not from it not being able to being pulled off her finger, but resistance from it's like stuck on her finger. And as you tear a little bit more, pull a little bit more, it comes off, and on either side of her finger, there's two small pin marks, as if like two small fang marks on either side.
Cool.
That's cool.
Is that a
Alright.
soul?
I've seen anything like that before.
No.
Alright, I'll take that. Is that an additional means of locking down someone who's able to cast magic, or
Gagger.
yeah? Okay, I'll do that.
Unless she's got subtle, unless she's got meta magic.
Does she still have the beat?
She doesn't have fingers, so
She had one,
Oh,
but the
sorry.
other guys did not
yeah,
have
I'll remove that as well then.
Yeah.
Anything that I think might allow her to
Use magic.
block the
one.
ship.
Her staff as well, obviously.
Oh yeah,
I actually
so-
have
so-
But that stuff would have been probably dropped on deck.
yeah, that's with Harukai and the rest of the stuff.
Yeah,
And then only when I'm sort of positive that she's still out of it the whole time.
correct.
Alright, then I'll leave her, I'll lock her in there, and I'll, if I'm allowed to do this, assign 2 guards.
Okay. At the moment, there isn't enough men to guard her, as some are trying to clean up the ship and some are trying to get the ship back on course, and fix whatever they can. So there is no one from the ship's crew at the moment that would be able to stand guard.
I don't know, I was going to say maybe I'll do it myself, but yeah,
If you're.
we can hang out there. Like, I don't think I'm any help up top anymore.
Yep.
But I do want to look at my stuff, so yeah. Maybe I'll.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll come back up to you. I'll grab the gear.
Well, when you left, Harakai wouldn't have carried all of it. He would have just dropped it on the ground, and then he would have just yelled out, this is Bjorn stuff. No one touch it." And then he would have spent 10 minutes and ritual cast alarm around all the stuff and make it an audible alarm.
As soon as you moved away, the alarm goes off, and you just see half-naked Boris crouched over it.
What is wrong with you? I just said this was Bjorn stuff.
Is there any weed?
No.
I've just been in battle, man. I need to smoke something.
Ask Dre. Idiot.
She scares me.
I don't know. Where else do you get weed? I don't know.
He just slowly crawls away, and he looks like he literally crawls away on his hands, and it's like a golem Smeagol crawl, and he just looks back over his shoulder. Looks like he's literally losing his mind.
What are you giving him?
I don't know.
I don't think it's weed.
Okay.
Maybe I should inspect it. I would like to go find my axe on board.
Which you do in the clutter of weapons and everything like that.
Yeah.
You find it.
After Harakai drops the stuff, sets up the alarm, Boris goes away. He's going to walk back over to Mechazerxes and start reviving it by repairing it. And while he's doing so, he's just gonna say, "I really want to see them. I really do. But how many times do I have to do this? Athos? How many more times? Started with you, then the skinks. You know, you said the lioness were meant to protect the cubs. If I was the lioness, I'd be doing a pretty shit job." I'm just gonna mutter to myself and repair.
Yeah.
Drea would like to come by, and she just... it's stuck. But she's just gonna put her hand in her purse, grab a handful of coin, and give it to, hold it up and be like, "Compensation for us."
Thanks.
I'm opening this. Just give me a second.
During all this, you see an unseen servant come up from underneath deck, look around on deck, 5 Bjorn stuff, and go collect them and go back down to the deck.
Boris is comes up to it a few times and is like swiping at it like a cat. He is whatever. He was either already crazy, and the weed was keeping him straight, or the weed is making him lose his mind. But he's looking more and more like a Smeagol as time goes past.
That's actually what she does. She grabs it and just think. How much is it? It's always hot gold.
4 gold.
It's 22 gold and 2 silver and a copper. I'll use this to build an ejection system next time, so we can.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds good.
It's so you won't get trapped again.
Oh yeah. Oh, Harakai, you genius!
Yeah, I'm a thinker.
Can I help? I've got an axe.
Maybe next time.
Yeah. Okay.
Take this.
Nice.
Dara's gonna go up to Galleon, check up on him, and cast 2 level 1 cure wounds.
Thanks, dude.
That's right. So I'll do it.
Make them bank.
First one is 4 HP.
Nice.
And the second one is 8. So
8.
Yeah, so it's 12 in total.
Nice. Thanks, dude.
That's right. And then I'm going to go up to Harakai. I pull out my rapier. I'm like, "Can you fix it? By any chance?"
And your boy's damage as well.
And my bow. I'm holding out both of them.
Sure, just 1 minute. This is gonna blow up in a second. And he's just gonna reattach the arm of Mechazerxes before it blows up.
I was standing behind you the whole time you're doing it, just with my arms out.
Alright, what's the problem?
In battle, I seem to have done some damage to both of them.
Give us a look.
I'll just give you my longbow and my rapier.
Both of them. Alright, he's just gonna inspect them and should be able to try and do something.
So the Galleon's Graveyard is fast approaching, so
Oh yeah.
you can fix it in that time. But is there anything else that you guys like that you want to do? Well,
Is
Can I take a short
Yeah.
rest?
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
going
yeah,
to take
me
a
too.
short rest.
is there still people that need help?
like healing and stuff.
Nah, I think
I mean, I've got one
If you-
potion I can give to
Oh,
someone if
we-
they
No,
just
they're
bring
they're,
it.
they're pretty good on healing and stuff, but there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of trash around the ship, and they're just trying to get the ship in some kind of working order, and try to get all the dead sailors to one side of the ship so they can
Alright, cool.
properly bury them.
So I'm gonna help them out, and as I'm clearing out the trash and stuff, I want to stumble across that staff that and just check that out.
You grab the stuff and spend a bit of time with it. It's not magical, but it would be magical. So it's you have to spend. I think you spend an hour with it, and then you find out what it does.
And you have to use identify to find out what it does, but then you spend an hour to tune to it.
Oh, okay.
So I think both Haruka and myself can identify.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And other than that, they can't tell. What it
You
does.
can take the other vendors that can identify
Yeah.
for you as well, but I
Oh,
think
cool.
other than that you can't.
What's identify? Is that like a spell, or is that
Spell.
like
That's probably just to find out what the magical properties are.
Gotcha. In that case, I'm just gonna be amused by it and puzzled, and then continue cleaning and try to help out as best as I can.
Awesome.
Do you want me to roll for repairs?
Yeah, if that's what you want, if you want to do that, in your
Does
It's
time.
just it
I-
takes.
cost
I used to hit
money?
that, just so you know.
Yeah.
Doesn't it cost money? Isn't that how we're doing it?
How'd we do it on
I think we
the?
did 25% of the cost.
Yeah.
I think.
So that's 25% of 40,000.
Oh, what's 25% of your soul?
10,000.
Well, wait, no. That's with the first one, right? Because you swapped it, remember?
Yeah, so it should only be. I think it's only 20,000.
Sorry, your blood
No, it's-
bond is
Hang on.
40,000. Yeah, you got 39,960 to pay off still.
Wait, but that's the value of the blood one, not the
Alright.
actual
Not the
sword.
weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's what it was sold to him as. So that's what you'd use the same value.
You sure?
So 10,000 to fix it.
You know, I don't know about this one, but the bow should be an easy fix, maybe.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
How many points of durability does his?
They both have 2.
They're both taking one.
Mm,
I'm not mad at 27.
And
yeah, I'll do the
Thank
bow.
you.
Perfect.
Okay.
I don't know, 56.
Alright,
54,
so-
like 59.
How's this one again? I just need a thing or higher.
Yeah, we just add and you just add your tools on there.
So 16. So it's repaired.
Oh, awesome, thank you.
But it still costs 25% of the bow's cost.
So the longbow is 50 gold.
So 12 gold, 5 silver.
And I'll just pay,
The blood one. Awesome.
If I've got time, I'll just sort of sit in like the shadows outside of the cell, just in case she wakes up.
Mhm.
And I'm going to try and identify the ring.
Okay.
Yeah, you pay your
So
blood bond.
I had this written down, but I didn't bring it with me. So I'll just tell you off the top of my head what I do remember. It is
Penguin in the middle.
only a warlock can attune to it, and it has an ability that when you roll on the meta magic, You can,
That's sorcerer.
That's also.
yeah, what did I say?
Meta magic is sorcerer.
The
Warlock.
wild table, sorry, warlock, yeah.
No,
Ah.
sorry, you said warlock.
Oh, sorry, sorcerer.
Gotcha.
So when you roll on the wild table, you can choose to take 10 plus 20, a d20 points of damage, and instead of taking whatever you roll, you choose on the table.
Oh,
And
wow.
as you're looking at
So
the
you
ring,
take damage and you get a choice.
10 plus
Yeah.
20 though.
as
yeah.
you look at the ring, you realise that you put it on and there's two smaller snakes in the middle, and the snakes bite into the flesh, and as when you use the ring, that they bite in and bleed into the ring.
Oh,
And-
that's so cool.
Use the power of the ring to rechannel that energy.
That's
Cool.
really
That's
Dude,
really
that's-
cool.
That's really cool. What do you
It's-
mean by
it's just
like
missing
you
one
choose?
silver.
As in like
Uh,
you get the reroll, or you
I'll get
just
some
to
change
choose?
in a
You
second.
choose
I
what
can-
result you
oh,
want.
awesome. Thank you. I'll pay you.
That's really cool. You literally can choose any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like you
really
take
cool.
10 damage plus a d20 on top.
Yeah.
Pretty big
Imagine
cost.
if you got
That's
a
a pretty
20.
good cost.
Because it's that energy, like you're channeling that energy as hard as you can, and that ring is helping you to force that and bend that magic
Yeah.
into
In the right
one.
situation,
That's
that could
really
be OP. Yeah.
Mm.
Awesome. Alright.
And orb is the same as the others.
So I'm just gonna find like a stall or something and just chill there for the time being.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean all of them do the exact same, or is it just the ring? Sorry. The
No,
other-
that was the ring.
That
The
was the
orbs,
ring, yeah.
orbs do the.
Oh no! Because they were matching with the father and the daughter, right?
Yeah, the other ones weren't magical though.
Okay.
It was just hers.
Well,
That's really cool.
Well, none of us can use it.
Alright, so after I've helped out a bit on the ship, I want to try and find Drea. And hopefully, is there anything to eat? Like dried meat or anything?
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff down below decks, but at the moment, like no one's concerned about like everyone's running around to try and get the ship, so you can definitely go on there.
Because are we
yourself.
going to be getting off soon?
Yeah, it's it's within 4 hours now, so yeah, very soon. But they're just trying, like, the ship is floating off course and stuff,
Cool.
and there's ropes tangled, there's bolts that have gone through the sails,
Yeah.
rigging that's all ripped up and stuff. So they're just trying
So
to.
I'm going to try and help a bit with that for the first couple of hours. But
Yeah.
as we start to get closer, I just want to go to the kitchens if I can and just do up a few ration packs for us, ready to get off.
Yeah.
And then I want to find Drea.
How many rations did you want to do per person?
How many can I do?
You could do 2 each without fucking up the leaving enough food for the crew.
Yeah. So I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, just what we can carry and still leave them what they need. So yeah, 2 each.
So 12 rations.
12 rations.
Short rest during that time.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you guys want to have short rest and spend
Which-
your things, you got 5 hours.
Can you still use hit points during short
Yeah.
rest? Okay. I don't need to. I just want to make sure.
Alright, so I'm going to bring them up with me, the rations and some dried meat outside the packs.
Yep.
And I'm going to be eating a bit and hand some out to Drea.
thank you. And she hands some to Az.
And he tears it with his little claws and just like.
So it's a fate that brought you to us too.
Definitely fate. We are the fate chosen. Fate chose us. As idiotic as it is.
You
We
choose
dealt a lot with fate.
We're practically cousins. And she's just like angrily eating. What did you bring her? An apple?
Dried meat.
Dried meat. She's like, we're practically cousins.
Weird thing to say.
Much weirder things have happened, trust me.
You know, I used to believe in fate. My mother, though, she didn't. She used to always tell me, you always have a choice. I didn't think so for a long time, but you know, maybe the old bag was onto something.
Unfortunately, I don't know. I don't know. I was stolen as an infant. I think old choice left me there.
I was conceived as a bastard.
I chose a bastard last name because I didn't know my last name and I hated my first name and I hated the last name that I was given by someone who wasn't really my parents, so I chose a bastard last name. We can be bastards together.
Sure, let's.
I don't think it's anything to look down upon. I would rather be a bastard than what I was taught I was.
Which is.
Not who I am.
I think my father's a demon.
And why do you think that?
Don't know. Just events over.
I don't really know what to say about that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I can say much at this point. You just need to let the story unfold.
You're very strange.
Yeah.
Right then.
Right then.
Breakfast.
Great breakfast.
Best way to
After
start the
people
day.
were murdered.
Fate.
Fate decided. Fate decided this to be in my hand. Fate works in funny
Can I borrow your dagger?
Sure, why? What for?
I don't have one.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's not like I really use it. I mean, I prefer to use the claws.
I'm gonna
and
take the dagger and like ram the blade into my leg.
What the heck?
Okay, roll damage.
D4.
You're so
Plus
strange.
strength.
2 plus what?
Strength.
Oh no.
Strength 6. So 8 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
You idiot! Why would you do that?
Tell me. If I bleed out, would that be fate or stupidity?
Definitely stupidity. Can you take it out now?
But I would bleed out.
You'll die.
What's fate say?
Trust me. Fate does not want you to die here.
But if I do,
You're not supposed to die here, Galleon. Take the
what
knife
if I
out.
do?
She wants to reach across and take it out.
Drea reaches across, ripping the blade out of your thigh. As blood begins to pour out your arteries as they pump blood from the wound.
I gingerly at first, but then stick my fingers into the wound and open it up to let the blood flow.
Oh, gross.
You take another 10 points of damage.
What the heck, bro? Drea rummages in her hair, pulls out a random leaf, wipes the blood off the blade, and goes like this to produce 10 good berries. And she doesn't even wait for you to take them. She shoves them in your mouth, like smothering the purple all over your mouth, just as long as you take it.
If fate wants me to live, don't think I will just live.
Are you mentally deficient?
I could be.
Check his stats.
You're not supposed to die here! This
But I
isn't supposed to happen.
But it could.
It shouldn't!
But it could.
You guys, so you guys having breakfast?
We
Do you actually
were.
have food?
This is why they're not having food.
So I just gotta wander up, grab whatever whatever it is they're eating, like bread or whatever, just sort of see what's happening, and then just walk off again.
Bjorn, please, talk some sense into him.
It's okay. Fate won't let me live.
We are the fate chosen. We choose our own fates. We've got it the wrong way around. Fate doesn't choose for us. We choose for us. And I walk off.
You're both idiots. Wow.
Well,
What do I do?
Let him die!
I may be an idiot, but at least I've chosen my own death.
Mm.
Can I use your dagger again? A few holes will make it go quicker.
No.
It's
No.
really painful. My fingers in here.
Do you have a bandage?
No.
Maybe you should lie down.
Yes.
Mm.
I wouldn't want to fall as I die.
Okay. Dry's gonna get some bread and stuff it into the hole. Like around it. Until we get a bandage.
I don't
This
think
is a
you're
bit
getting the
gross. Can you
point.
wash it?
But no bread or bandage. If fate wants me to leave, I will, right?
Well, unless you change your fate. But I didn't think that was possible unless...
Give it 5 minutes, we'll find out.
Alright, you stay here. I'm gonna find Haruka. Right?
Roger that.
Haruka!
Haruka is tinkering with Dario's bow. Earplugs in.
She's just gonna swirl him around.
What?
How long does it take for someone to bleed out?
Sorry, what was that?
How long does it take for someone to bleed out?
No, what are you asking me?
Dallion's bleeding out, and I put bread in
Dallion's
his food,
bleeding-
and I don't know how to
He's
fix
gonna.
it.
Haruka's gonna push past and. I mean, not knowing which direction. Where is he?
That way.
Runs that way.
To see Harry Galleon lying on the ground, bleeding out, with
What?
bread stuffed in his wound.
What are you doing? What happened?
I'm beating fate.
What? Okay. I'm gonna fix this. Alright. Cure wounds.
Just waste the spell.
Why would you do that? Oh my gosh.
I think it's like a D8 or something. Yep.
Natural
4 plus 3, so he was 7.
Plus a 10 of the good berries.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah, the
It's
good berries could have
crazy.
taken care of it, yeah.
Well, I guess maybe you were right. Looks like I'm not meant to die today.
Yeah, definitely not.
Right.
That was really...
Did. What just happened?
And you see as Andreas' shoulder reenact him taking a blade and then
Nope, no.
He
I
falls.
wasn't asking you. I wasn't asking you. What happened?
you just feel as the blade that he was using was like a little piece of wooden shrapnel and it just stitches it out inside
Hey.
your head.
I'd treat me with a bit more respect if you want another Xerxes ride. That's right. So yeah, why is he bleeding? Why was he bleeding?
He asked to borrow my dagger and then he stabbed himself in the thigh because he believes that he can change his fate. But I told him that he's not supposed to die today, and he told me that if fate wanted him to not die, then it would make him alive.
Alright,
We all have choices, right, Harakai?
correct. So, I say, forget about all the fate. Stabbing yourself is stupid, don't do it again.
I told
That's
him.
what I said.
And
Right.
why would you give him your
We
dagger?
agree.
That was
He said
quite
he didn't have one. I was trying
It
to
would have
share.
been stupidity, not fate.
correct. He's a smart cookie.
That is
I
a bit
am
logic.
a veto. Well,
Alright.
point made. I need more meat.
We're gonna get up and go find something to eat. Oh, we're gonna die. Gonna walk off and go back to Darius' arrow.
Imagine if Darlene died just then.
He really wants to play his new character. Alright. While all this shenanigan is happening on the Blue Horizon, the crew is in a solemn state as they drag their fallen friends to the bow of the ship, getting them ready for burial at sea. While the whole time the ship eerily drifts towards the Galleon's graveyard, which is still submerged in heavy fog. A growing sense of excitement and a little bit of dread grows in you, Harakai, and in all of you, in fact, but mostly the excitement growing in you, knowing that you are a step away from getting back to your people and finding out what happened. That question plays on your mind, though. What happened? Are you going to go up there to find them dead? Are you going to go up there to find them missing? Are they absolutely fine? You've ran through hundreds of scenarios through your head, trying to steel yourself for the possible worst of them. The Galleon's graveyard is less than half an hour away now. As you guys slowly begin to float past dead vessels, once mighty, proud ships of the Empire, now dead carcasses, abandoned. Is there anything that you guys would like to do?
I say we do a staff meeting. A group huddle. I think we need to make a game plan.
Sometime in the 6 hours leading up, I want to have a bit of dive as well.
Okay, yeah.
That's right.
How long has it been, sorry? 6 hours in total for the travel?
Yeah.
I probably during that 6 hours would cook something for the skinks or something.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe something small for everyone else.
Yep.
Or how much time I have. Yeah.
Yep.
No, 66. Nice.
Is the chef alive?
No, the chef has been killed.
Oh, that's so sad.
Harakai is going to go around the ship and place his magical tinkering voice boxes, and is going to say, calling all condemned to the mast, and then he's just gonna lay them all around the ship and just chuck them places.
The condemned?
Oh, fate chosen. Sorry. Take two.
Make our way up, or make my way up from
Likewise.
underneath.
Likewise.
Same.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad you all could make it. So here's the deal. I don't know what's gonna be on the Galleon's graveyard. So I also don't want any of you to get hurt. So I don't know, maybe it's better if I just did this one.
Absolutely not.
I'm just
You're funny.
Really
it's-
funny.
And then we
Do you
have
want
to
us to spend more time on this dreaded ship?
well, it might be better than what's on there, so. And then we have to catch an airship, and I mean, I don't
Hurricane.
know, it's just messy.
I'm gonna put a hand to your shoulder. We've all been through the Champions of
Contest of Champions.
Contest of Champions.
Well, almost won. Would have won. Just
I
saying.
almost won technically, but
Listen, you've
It was quite entertaining.
helped me. She watched from her visions and stuff.
Did I? How do you know?
Cause I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Exactly.
Look, what I'm trying to say is that we're not gonna abandon you, especially in your time of need.
No, you're not abandoning me. You're just, I don't know. It just feels like it's wrong bringing you along. I mean, this is my responsibility. It's my people. You all shouldn't get caught up in it. Trust me, it's just a bunch of greed, politics, and absolute BS.
That's a normal Tuesday back at home for me.
but
I just really want to see what the Dwarven Lady's all about.
you can definitely stay.
Are they really as hairy as the men?
I'm sorry. When you say we, you mean them, right?
Them?
Not us.
What do you mean?
When you say you, as in you should stay behind. You don't mean me, do you?
Look, I just want to do what's best for you guys and keep you safe.
Great.
So
Skyports it is.
that's not where I was going.
Oh,
Look, I really want you to see the skyports eventually, but like, for all I know, there might not even be a skyport.
Or there might be parties of drunk dwarves parading the streets. Or airships.
Or war, cannons, explosions, falling ships, falling people, dying people.
Right.
And I don't want that to be any of you.
What do you say, lads? Let him go. Venture off on his own. Have his own adventures. Sleep with a lot of dwarven women. All by his lonesome.
I assure you, it's not about that. I really do want to bring you along, but not if it's gonna cost you your lives.
What makes you think you're bringing us along? Right?
Well, is the Karadjin's future your responsibility?
Mere curiosity. What about you, Thaling?
You know what they say? Curiosity kills the cat.
I
cat's
tend
already
to.
dead.
Haven't
Well
heard that one
said.
before.
Well said, cousin. That's right.
Well, if you're done with this, whatever this is, are we ready to go?
The ship's ready, says Chen as he tries to make sense of whatever you were saying. And you guys realise that the Blue Horizon has now anchored, as this is as deep as it can go. And the rowboat has been lowered down, ready for you guys to take to the island.
What would you do? What would you do?
Something my father used to say. You don't choose the men that follow you. The men that follow you choose you.
And women.
Right.
And I'm not following you, but I will walk beside you.
Alright. Let's do it.
I mean, did you think we came all this way just to keep you company on the boat?
I don't know.
Has she given you something?
No.
That
Definitely.
Boris stuff?
I've just been thinking too much.
Oh,
Yeah.
you were never good at calculating. And as you say, who needs testing?
Alright. Okay. Alright. Yup. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Great,
I'm going to throw in the ration.
Intervention.
I packed you food.
It's
Since there are a lot of dead things, should I cast water walk? Would you guys like to walk on water, just in case the robot gets swallowed by something? Just saying.
Would we like to walk on water?
Yeah.
When is that ever a no?
Since I graced you with my presence.
How far are we from the shore?
About 250 meters out.
Okay.
Like the tide is, you can realise even where the blue horizon is, there is sharp rocks underneath just coming out, which is why it cannot continue any further. You guys would have to take a rowboat. Dead ships surround you guys, but it is a relatively short row,
How short?
250 metres.
Wait,
Meters? Okay.
before we go though, should we do anything about our elf witch queen captive down below?
What else
Still
can we do?
throw overboard.
We could use her as bait. Bring her on the rowboat, throw her in front of us. If anything
Do you think she would
attacks
know anything of what's happened with the skyport?
Don't think so. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Is it worth taking 5 minutes to see what she knows?
it. I can cast a ritual in 5 minutes.
Sure.
Right. And you
Erica,
might
what should we be expecting here?
I'm not sure. The idea is we're catching an airship, so we'll need to find one among the rubble and then pilot it up. By me. I'll be piloting.
Ritual's always, I think, 10
Wait,
minutes.
Are you
That's
saying
where
there would
the-
just be a random airship in this
It's not,
island of wrecked
it's
ships?
not really an airship. It's more of an like air raft, I suppose.
That sounds promising.
It's not.
Before I forget, Kyla, I get down on one knee. I present you with this, and I gotta give you the ring. Do you accept?
I get this a lot.
Olaf was the last one. But he only had olives.
Do you accept, my boy?
What is it?
Right. Pull it off the finger of our friend down below. I believe would work with your type of magic. Allow you to control some of those wild outbursts you have.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But just notice here, and I gotta show you the teeth. This is going to hurt. Are you familiar with magic that comes at a price? The cost being blood or your life force.
Well, it sounds a lot less than a soul. I'm familiar.
Right. This is your choice if you take this. I'm not offering it to you, I'm just saying it's available. It's not my responsibility if you overuse it and die.
So you're saying when I have an outburst, this could help?
I mean, I don't have outbursts, I have control of my magic, so I'm not entirely sure, but yes, from what I've gathered, it should help.
Then I accept. And we're gonna...
Well, give you your hand.
We've really got to do this.
Right, I'll flick it to you.
I've got to mention as well, it's got one charge and it recharges up to one.
Right, and then I'll pull out 3 obsidian stones. Yes, 3. Oh, yep. So I had a total of 3. I'll just briefly explain what this does, because it was a long description. A very powerful artifact, a very dangerous artifact. Does anyone wish to use it? Again, I am not offering it to you. That you are not. I am not responsible for anyone's misuse of magical artifacts, but it might save a life.
How exactly?
So I just said I briefly explained it because it's a long description of what it does. So let's just say I explained what it does.
Okay.
Allows you to cloak yourself in shadows, more effective at night, but could also feeble you to the extent where you cannot lift your bones up off the floor, and you'll suffer and die.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that. I'm alright.
I'll just turn into a crow. That's fine.
Anyone?
I am the shadows.
She stepped back.
I think you definitely need
Behind Harakai.
Oh my god.
Sideways.
And you're tall.
Completely obvious.
No?
I already have one.
There you go.
I'm good.
Alright. I'll make them disappear. And they will be sold, probably.
To the ghosts.
Alright,
Remember our bargain, Harukai, says Captain Maverick, limping over to you. You can see that she is on a crutch and her leg has been bandaged up.
you're coming with, right?
I would if I was able-bodied. However, with the condition of the crew, my place is here. However, I have upholded my end of the bargain. Spilt the blood of my men to keep you safe and reach your destination. I will have my artifacts.
Where do you want the artifacts sent? Just here?
We'll be waiting for you here upon your return.
And an airship.
How long do we expect to be gone?
Yeah, we might be gone for months.
Like, do you know? Like, do you know anything about this?
No idea.
Have you been here? No.
No.
He's never been to the Galleon's graveyard.
Okay. But he would have heard stories, obviously, that led him here, right?
Yeah, he knows that there's like a
So I know it's outside again.
rescue raft that's here. That, you know, if anyone, for whatever reason, was stuck on the land, they come here and take the raft back up, or the airship back up.
So that's what we're doing.
Nothing of what I thought was
Yeah.
here. Yeah, I thought there was like some sort of portal or system that gets you up to the airships here.
Nope.
Okay.
We're riding a flying dinghy.
A flying what?
Dinghy.
Alright.
Well, what happens if you wait down here and the Dark Elves make their way over and crush you while you're still waiting? Like, what's the plan? We don't know how long we'll be.
Fine, I'll make my way to Lustria. We'll take up port there, repair the ship, drop off Skin Command and his friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then I shall return in 2 weeks' time.
Mm-hmm. What about the elf witch below? Do you wish to keep her captive in case you need...
She
Well,
can
you
look
don't
for
know.
all I care, but if she doesn't die by the time we make it to Lustria, I'm sure we'll find somewhere there to sell her.
Sell her?
Aye, give her a taste of her own medicine.
This is why I like you.
This is...
That makes you no better than she.
Yeah. I mean, what's the point of that?
Whoever said I wanted to be better.
Oh
I
damn!
love her. At
This
the
is system.
at the mention of Lustria, Dre just wants to talk to Az and be like, if you wish to go, I will not hold it against you in front of you.
He,
Immediately
his
leaves.
eyes meet yours and he looks up at your face before he reaches out slowly and grabs your chin and he shakes his head slowly.
Well,
So
We have an accord. 2 weeks.
Are you going to be alright? I mean, we barely survived that arc.
I'll be fine. Lustria's not far. I'll get more men.
Look, I really think we should, I don't know, get rid of the Dark Elves.
Hold on.
No.
Yes, you're right. Maybe. I don't know. I just had a thought. Back in Arnell, with those sewer kids, right? Didn't they have stones with the faces on them? Sending
right.
stones?
Right. You're a thinker. Haraka is going to pull out his 2 sending stones. Can't believe I didn't think of this. Here you go. So just talk to it when you're ready. It has 1 charge per day. And I'll be able to hear you on my end.
Good. Likewise.
Message of 25 words.
If you should need picking up before the 2 weeks is over, or we arrange some other way. I have friends in Austria.
Alright. Sounds good. I can't believe I didn't think
Sorry,
of
how long would this discussion have taken? Would have taken 10 minutes.
Yeah, probably a little bit more.
Dre's gonna cast water walk. Like she's gonna walk off,
Nice.
find the cork, do the ritual for water walk, and touch all of you. So
That's
you can
Yeah,
walk on
boy.
water, just in case. I
Just,
think it lasts for an hour.
I really think we should get rid of the Dark Elves. I mean, she's like when she regains consciousness, couldn't she be a threat on board your ship?
Of course. And Maverick pulls out a pistol and walks past you. Starts limping past you.
No, I don't. I'm not.
What? Do you want me to throw her overboard? Drown her? Shoot her? What?
I don't know.
We'll leave. I'll get rid of her.
Should we take her with us?
Oh, God's sake. Why? So you can run off into some cave together.
The thought had not crossed my mind. Or simply to take her out of your far too trigger-happy fingers.
Fingers that you have.
What?
Fine.
That's
Take
right.
her.
Yeah. Good call.
Take her. We're taking her.
Are we taking
wait,
her?
we're taking her.
I don't know. We're taking her. Oh, this is a tough situation.
Can someone make up their mind? God, you're a useless scrabble of brigands.
That hurts.
She will just be a weight we have to carry around.
Look,
I don't want her killed in cold blood.
I've got a concept.
She tried to kill us in cold blood.
I actually agree.
That
with
was in warm-blooded battle. There was a difference.
like, what about all the slaves that they capture?
I'm not saying I agree with her methods. I'm not saying she is a saint. I'm just saying enough killing's been done.
Alright, I've got a concept. I don't want to kill her. I don't want you to kill her. So we'll take her with us on the ship. As soon as we leave, I'll trigger some sort of flare or something and hope that maybe the Ark will see it and pick her
Oh,
up.
fantastic. And bring her right to us.
No, you're leaving.
By this time, she's being dragged out on deck and she's conscious now. She's thrown to her knees.
Is she saying anything?
No, she's just hissing at her, the people dragging her.
You're leaving, right?
So? What's not to say that she's just going to tell them where we went? They track us down before we get to Lustria. They kill us.
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
I do. And she cocks the gun,
No!
puts it
No!
to her head.
No. No. I gotta lift her arm or something.
Are you going to lift her up?
Yeah.
The shot goes into the sky as she pushes you off.
I resist her push. I was gonna like.
Then
try
why
and
did you spare her?
Doesn't matter why. The point is, it is done, and she will not be killed this way.
Does nobody have a pair of balls around here? As she chucks down her pistol, frustrated.
Do you?
Bigger than yours, Master Dwarf. As she starts walking away. Take care of the witch,
Thank you.
or I'll do it my own way.
I don't know what to do.
Let's just get her off the ship.
Okay.
She's coming with us.
Guess so.
I'm in the rowboat.
Boris is there with you, half naked, asking you about weed.
I'm having a jolly conversation with him.
Looks like we have
We
two
could-
probationary members now.
Excuse me, I am trying to remember now. I think after the battle. We could leave her on Galleon's graveyard, give her an orb, let her go back to wherever she came from.
But
Very true.
it's the same problem. What if she tells the Dark Elves about the Blue Horizon and then they ambush them?
Let's just think about it on the way.
Okay.
If we wait here any longer, she won't be able to come with us. I don't think.
Alright. Yep. I can't lift her.
Neither can I.
Success!
Wait. Can you walk? I'll say no wish.
She looks up at you, scorning, as she slowly stands to her feet, throwing aside the guys that are trying to help her out. She pushes them off her and pridefully stands on her own.
But her hands are still tied.
Her hands are bound, yeah.
You'll be our captive for now. We are getting off this ship. Do not be a problem.
Got a bad feeling about this one.
In Elvish, she says back to you.
That was all the Nova ship.
I will slit your throat the first chance I get.
Come on, Rick, come shoot her! No, I just don't say anything.
What's happening? What'd you say? What'd she say?
She said she'd really love to spend a night with you.
What?
It's the red hair. Just gets them
Oh,
every time.
oh, never had anyone say that before.
Don't sleep near Heather.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
You're like watching and stuff. You just like wave. Everyone's in love.
Alright. So, if there's like her hands are tied, is there like a lead from her hands or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll make sure it's long enough.
What
Yeah.
did we capture?
And she awkwardly climbs down the ladder on the side of the Blue Horizon into the longboat, hissing out Boris as she comes down and takes her seat, takes her position in the rowboat.
Why is she here?
Galleon, if you wanted to know, you would have been up on the deck with the rest of the Fate Chosen. This
I'm
is your
sorry.
fault.
We were leaving 15 minutes ago.
He says checking is not existing. What she did.
Cousin, you don't even know how long 15 minutes is.
That may be true. But it seems like it was about that time. Or what it therefore should be.
Why is this ugly dog barking? She says in Elvish. Who else can understand Elvish?
Dog!
You can understand Elvish?
I can.
Yeah.
I'm half elf.
That's
Yeah,
right.
or a half elf.
Yeah, that's right.
I can't understand.
Okay, boys.
Hey, it's alright. Don't worry. It's gonna be okay.
Get this Drusky away from me.
Say that in English?
Elvish. Everything she talks is she's saying in Elvish.
She says, stop waving your fingers in front of her, or she might be tempted to lick them.
What?
That's not what she said.
Can we go, Boris?
Does she think?
Oh, I'm not taking.
What are you doing here?
And just starts climbing back up the ladder. And you guys realise got no pants on and his butt's just in your face as he just makes his way back up the ladder.
What was he doing
I
there?
take any
Au
counts
revoir.
in
Lovely.
And you realise he's taking one of the oars with him.
What?
After for a
turn.
second it comes flying back up the side of the ship.
Alright. Just 2 oars?
Yeah.
Alright. Who's rowing?
Alright.
No.
You guys can walk. Didn't you cast walk on wood anyway?
Oh, yeah,
That's
sure.
if it breaks as well, just letting you guys know. Forget
I mean, we've got
It's
a
really
capture.
How long does
with
the
us now.
walking water last for?
an hour.
Oh, well, we may as well use.
I mean,
She doesn't.
Sure.
Dark elf doesn't have it.
you want to carry the dark elf? or
Oh,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
yeah.
I can cast it up to, I think it's like 10 or 8 people.
That's right. Don't leave it, don't cast it.
It's 250 meters aura.
Yeah.
I'll take both oars and row.
That's
Wait, so I didn't
Yeah.
cast it?
Yeah, don't waste a spell slot if you.
Sure.
Just
No,
in
it's a
case.
ritual spell though. You don't have to use a spell slot.
No, I do this one.
Oh, okay.
Alright. So, Thalion, taking the oars, you begin rowing against the waves towards Galleon's graveyard. Between sunken ships of all nations, you row towards this fog-covered island. And there's just a dread growing on all of you guys as you row deeper into the fog that begins to surround you, obscuring your view. Eventually the waves get rougher and rougher and you reach a ship that's run ashore. a massive hole in the hull of the ship, about midway up the ship. And you can hear ropes being pulled.
What the heck?
And in the dim light, even though the sun is up, clouds obscure your vision. And all you can hear is, raise the sails, raise the sails, secure the line. Raise the sails, secure the line. Raise the sails, secure the line. And that's where we'll take a break.
Oh my god!
Ghosts?
Right.
Spirits?
Oh
my gosh!
Barbosa?
Why do we have this lady?
Hey guys, this is Jay. I play as Kyla. Like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, keep spreading that mythic word.